Hello students, welcome back. So in this session, I'm going to be talking about Pandas concat. It's a short for concatenation. Basically, you have a certain series of data frame, okay, and you want to combine them together. So there are different ways you can do. There's a concat, there's a join, there's a merge. So in this session, I'm going to talk about concat. So first thing you want to do is import your libraries. Come over here, paste it, and let's run this. All right. Now, next thing you want to do is let's create some data frames. So I come over here and I create some data frame right here. So on a side note, by the way, the concat method or function, this is actually described in their official website. So this is the official source. And I would recommend, like in case if you want to look at how concat is done, if there's any update, you should refer to this right here. So if you click on that, and this is going to take you over here, and this actually is the official website of Pandas, and it explains every single thing about concatenation, about your merge, about your join. So it tells you everything about these operations, okay, these methods right here. So it's pretty good place, and they are pretty good visual diagrams, and this is the official website. Okay, so now moving on to this topic over here. All right. Okay, so let's say you wanna merge or concatenate, as a matter of fact, concat these three data frames. This is your first data frame right here, okay, and I've specified my index right here, and likewise you have another data frame and I'm specifying my index, and this is another data frame, the third one, and I'm specifying my index right there. Okay, so I'm printing my df1, df2, and df3. So let's run this, and this is my df1. All right, prints out my df1, prints out my df2, and then it prints out my df3, and then I create a frames. Okay, this is how you create a frame. You basically create a list, and inside the list you put your data frame. So you create a frame, and then you put pd dot concat. You put the frames inside your inbuilt method concat, and then when you run this, you're gonna get this answer right here. This is your concatenation result, and as you can see, this is gonna create a b c d. Okay, a0. So basically, this is your frame one, the first frame that we did. So this right here. Okay, this one was one of the frames that we just did. All right, then you have another one. All right, and then you have another one. So these are your three ones combined together. Now, to see a better visual of this, you can actually visit this website, and as I explained, like if you scroll down, let's see where, yeah, this is the one. So if you look over here, basically what's happening, this is your df1, this is your df2, this is your df3, and all four columns, okay, they are all four columns are same. So when you concatenate them together, this is your result going to be. And by the way, look at the index. Indexes are all different: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Okay. So this is how you do concatenation. Now, what if you want to redo above, but you don't want to specify your index? Okay. Now you say that, you know what, I'm not specifying my index. So if you look on, if you go on top right here, you're gonna see my index is specified explicitly, right? Right? You can see index over here. And then even by looking at this, you can tell all the indexes are different too. But what if you have a data frame and the index is not specified? All right. So how would you how would you deal with a situation like this? All right, let's do that. So same thing, I'm going to do the same thing. This time I'm not going to specify my index. Okay, so df1, df2, df3, and then I'm concatenating them. Now when you run this, you're going to see. Now remember, this is, since you're not specifying the index, this is how your index will look like. This is my first data frame. This is my second data frame. Okay, it's going to be 0 to 3 index, 0 to 3, and this is also going to be from 0 to 3. All right. Now, when you concatenate them together, and as you can see, they get repeated. Okay, so you can see your index right there: 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So these indexes are getting repeated. Okay, so how would you fix a problem like this? Let's say now you want to reset. You want to make sure that those indexes, they go like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Well, what you can do is when you concatenate your data frame, you can actually say ignore index equal to true. You can specify this parameter. So it's the same one as above, and this time it's going to fix that. So it's going to say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this actually kind of like ignores the index. That's what this does. All right. Now, there's something called join parameter. Inside your concat inbuilt function, there's a join parameter. So there are two types of join you can do. You can do join outer, okay, or you can do join inner. So join actually specifies how to handle the access values, okay, that do not exist in your first data frame. This is what it does. So let's understand this through an example. So Control A, Control C, come over here, and let me create some more cells, paste it. Okay, so this is my data frame, right? And I'm specifying my index 0 to 3 right there. And then I'm printing my data frame. Let me just run this. And then this is my another data frame. Let's say df4. Okay, I'm specifying my index right here, and I'm printing my df4. Then I'm creating my frames, and then I'm doing concatenation right there. So I'm specifying my x is equal to 1, concatenate at this axis, and I want my join to be outer, and I print my result. So if you look over here, what's just happening is this. It's going to take this data frame and it's going to take this data frame. It's going to combine them together. Okay, so you look at the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 6, 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. So let's focus on the 0 right here. So over here you have column A, B, C, D, right? So it's going to create A, B, C, D column. So it's going to create your A, B, C, D column right here for this record right here. Okay, then it's also going to add BDF to that. Okay, so BDF comes over here, but remember BDF does not have the index 0. It's missing index 0. So what it's going to do is going to put nan over there. All right, let's look at this one, second one. Same logic, by the way. Let's look at this one. Yeah, index 2 now. Now in index 2, you have ABCD. So you see, it puts ABCD values over here for those columns. ABCD columns exist, and the values are A2, B2, C2, D2. So it puts A2, B2, C2, D2, which is this right here. And then it goes to the data frame D4. It looks over there. It looks, hey, it does have column BDF, and the values are there, B2, D2, F2, which is this right here, B2, D2, F2. All right. So it basically combines them together. Now it comes over here. Then it looks at, let's look at this 7. So 7 does not exist over here, right? In this case, your 7 is not exist. Index 7 is not present over here. Index 7 is only present over here. Because of that, it's going to put nan over there, and then it's going to put the index 7 values over here, B7, D7, and F7. So that's what's happening over here. Okay. Now, then there's a join inner. Okay, join inner. It basically takes the intersection of the axis values, and only those rows with matching indexes are added. Over here, if you go back on the top, over here, all of them are combined together. You see 0, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Maybe we don't want that. We only want the matching ones. So you can do that too. And you have to specify you have to specify join equal to inner. That's the only difference. So when you do join equal to inner, right here, like join was my outer, over here my join is inner. So by doing join equal to inner, now you're going to get only this particular subset of data right here, only this one, because this one is the common intersection. All right. Okay. So let's run this, and there you go. As you can see, you got exactly that value. Okay. Then joining logic of the resulting axis. So let's say you have two data frames. Let's come over here, create some more cells. So let's say I have two data frame, same one, df1 and df4 right there. So this is my index for df1, okay, and this is another index for other data frame, and I want to join them along axis equal to 0. In the previous one, right here, I was joining them, I was concatenating them using axis equal to 1. Now I'm concatenating them, okay, and I'm specifying my axis equal to 0. All right, let's see what it does. And as you can see, you have ABCD, BDF, ABCDF. Okay, so it creates these columns. Now, let's look at one of these records right here. Let's look at the record 0. Index 0. So at index 0, your ABCD is present, right? So it's going to put A0, B0, C0, D0. But your index 0 is not present over here. So for F column, right? For F column, it's going to put nan right there. Okay. Now, uh, let's look at index 2. Actually, let's look at, let's look at index 2 right here. Okay, index 2. So if you look at index 2, you have index 2 over here, right? So index 2, it's going to print A2, B2, C2, A2, B2, C2, which is A2, B2, C2. All right. Now, for your, when it comes to D and F, right, which is over here, D and F is over here, D and F, it's going to look at right there, and it's going to say D2, F2. So it's going to put D2, okay. But when it comes to F, okay, and as you can see, there is no F over here column, but for this F over here, it exists, all right, and it's going to put nan over here, all right, but it actually puts it over here right there. So it actually creates two records. For index 2, you're going to see one record over here, another record over here. So one record is going to take the values, all the values from here that are not over there. Then the other one is going to take all the values from here that is not in there. And that's what's happening. So that's why you're going to see some lot of duplicate values like this. So this is another way in case if you want to do some fancy concatenation. Okay. Now to perform the effective join, okay, using the exact index from the original frame, the result can be re-indexed. Okay, so now if you look over here, this one, uh, basically this one, right? Where was that? Yeah. So let's actually just let me show you. Uh, let's come over here, paste it. So in this case, now when I run the same thing, you can see 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it actually is concatenating. It's concatenating only those ones that are present inside df1. Okay, only those ones. So by specifying reindex df1 dot index, okay, so it's only going to do only those ones. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So you're not going to see 6 and 7. So as you can see, the record 6 and the record 7 are no longer present. You see record 6, index 6 and index 7 records are no longer present. Okay, so I hope this session helps. Thank you.